members of the Fab Five got together for the first time since they were players. So Ray Jackson, Jimmy King, Jalen Rose, and Chris Webber, they sat together courtside while Juwan Howard led their alma mater to an 8-point win over Ohio State. So setting the beef aside there, but why stop there? There's plenty of other beefs that need to be squashed across sports. So Annie, I'm going to start with you. What NFL beef just needs to come to an end?
This took a while to think about because there's quite a few beefs going on right now. But when I think beef, there's no one I think more than Skip Bayless. And I could pick any kind of beef that he has, but I'm going to go with his most recent one, this lovely loss that we handed him. He had a great video on Twitter, and I feel so bad for his wife because I know he wakes her up in the middle of the night, says, hey, you got to film this video. Like, she's probably laying in bed relaxing. He gets her up to film a video of him once again throwing his jersey in the trash, but this time he had one of those automated trash cans. It was hilarious. So the can kept closing. Here it is. The can keeps closing before he it's the best, so he does it again. And watches it closes right as he's I know. It's so bad. Look at that. Oh,
gotcha.
The secondhand embarrassment is so bad. So Skip, this is a beef that needs to retire. It needs to end just like the Cowboys season did.
Yeah. I know. I was focusing less on just him throwing the jerseys away and also like the trash can, his kitchen decor. Like, why was it black and yellow? Like,
I didn't even notice that.
You know, Buffalo Wild Wings commented, "It's like, get out of our kitchen." It was really funny.
He has like an Anchorman movie poster right outside of his kitchen. That's the weirdest decor choice I've ever seen in my life.
We need answered here. All right, B, what's your NHL beef that just needs to be settled?
I'm a fan of chaos, so I'm going to say none of them. I want more beefs in the NHL. It is the only major sport in which you're allowed to fight in games. So why would I want less beef? More beef, settle it on the ice with your fists, settle it. I think that enforcers and goons and kind of pests are good for the sport. I like heels, so the NHL needs more beefs. We're kind of getting away from fighting and some of that stuff. I don't like it. Bring it back. I want chaos. I want mayhem. Let them fight.
That's such an NHL answer.
Right?
I love that.
It's your bag. It's why part of the reason why
Sports
people love the NHL.
Sports are so much better when there's hate involved. And it's just like, it's good theater. It heightens emotions. And sports is for entertainment, and hate is some of the best entertainment that you'll ever find.
Hate is the reason we have love.
That's
a great
exactly true.
point.
So
that
embrace the
true.
hate.
That's a very Joshua answer.
Yeah, that's true.
And we don't see a lot of brawls in other sports nowadays, right? Like, we got to depend on the NHL here.
You'll get suspended, you'll lose money,
the NHL.
cost yourself, cost your family, not
Take
in the
your whole
NHL.
paycheck.
You get more money if you fight in the NHL, so.
All right, I'm going to give my pick here just across MLB, and this is one that just needs to be over and done with, and that's Tommy Pham and the Jock Peterson beef. Now, this goes back a couple of seasons ago over fantasy football, and there was some sort of dispute with Jock Peterson. Tommy Pham felt like he was slighted there, so he slapped him in the face and said he deserved it at batting practice. There were T-shirts made, and so Tommy Pham always finds ways to get in, the midst of controversies here. But this is just one that just needs to just go away. As entertaining as it was, let's just move on. Tommy Pham.
I'm here for open hand slaps. So.
That's so disrespectful. That's way more disrespectful than punching somebody in the face.
Oh, yeah.
Open hand slap. That's tough.
And just walks up to him at batting practice, just out of nowhere, and just
wow. Love
and
it.
then said he deserved it.
Well,
Double down.
I kind of like this one just because baseball players get criticized all the time for not being tough, and anytime there's a baseball fight, it's usually not great, with the exception of Rougned Odor and Batista. That was a great one, but baseball fights are typically not the most. I don't know what the word is, but they're not good. Yeah. So I don't know. I like this one, especially because it was over fantasy football.
And there was one, I was trying to think of another one, but the Astros cheating scandal came to mind. But that's one that I don't want to be squashed. Ooh. I want them to still get backlash from all MLB fans when they travel on the road, because I'm not ready for that one to go away.
So you think that hate is good in sports?
In some circumstances.
We are not disagreeing.
Joshua, let's go to you for some maybe college football ones that just need to be reconciled.
Yeah, I would say Michigan and Notre Dame, right? You talked about how big of a week it is for Michigan. Coming off of the national title, Notre Dame, one of the more recognizable brands in all sports, they need to squash their beef. Between 1978 and 2014, they played 31 times. Then after the 2014 season, Notre Dame was like, hey, we're doing this little scheduling alliance with the ACC. We're going to have to cancel some of the games. Brady Hoke, who was the coach there at the time, was like, you guys are chicken. And they took a hiatus for a few years, but Jim Harbaugh hopped on the phone, called Brian Kelly, who's down at LSU now, was at Notre Dame. It was like, hey man, let's get this thing going. So they renewed it for a couple seasons. We won't see it for a while. I feel like college football relies heavily on the history of the sport and the brands that are playing. When you can get those helmets specifically on a football field together, ratings gold. And it's probably going to be a good ball game. I'd like to see this renewed.